morning, Thomas. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you.
One of my favorite songs to hear during the week. Means it's Thursday being a Friday Eve. I'm excited to be here.
Weekend is almost upon us. Although this weekend is, I believe it's the time change. Texas changes the clocks, right? Spring forward, fall back.
That's this weekend?
I think so.
It's spring forward this weekend?
I think somebody should probably Google that and check, because otherwise I'm going to be either really early or really late.
Sunday, March 8th. Wow. No.
I know it's the bad one. Nobody likes this one for any reason. I think we should always do the fall back and spring and fall back on the spring as well.
Fall back and then spring back again.
Yeah. Just keep getting that extra hour of sleep twice a year.
Oh, I didn't know it. That's a bummer. Oh man. It's that means it's going to be, instead of dark as it is outside my window during the show, the sun's going to be beaming through.
But you can play pickleball later into the night.
Okay, this is true.
Yeah. You just can't start as early in the morning.
I just can't. Fortunately, we have lights, so we could still play. No, I've always been kind of an early to bed guy. Mm-hmm. I don't like staying up late. There's nothing to do late at night for me. My wife's a night owl. We're complete opposites in that regard. But I don't enjoy it because I like to do whatever chores and things I need to do, like the lawn and all that stuff in a late afternoon / early evening, and then clean up and get dinner going. And 8 o'clock, let's crawl in bed and get ready to start tomorrow. But I can't do that when it's nice and sunny out at 8 o'clock. That I feel like I'm breaking a law. So
how about no change, says the Motor Troy? Let's just keep it the same.
Yes.
Eventually, this is going to happen, right? Like every single state in the United States, I think at one point or another has passed a resolution saying that we'll do it if the other states do, or as long as the majority is on board, we will. There's only a handful of states that are like, we already just ignore it.
Yeah, we already do our thing.
Eventually it's coming, and we'll probably complain about it when it gets here anyway. So
absolutely. Arizona being one of them, most certainly. Yeah. They've were they one of the first to say we shall not comply?
Yeah. I guess it was supposed to be for farmers, right? It was supposed to help farmers with the and conserve power or something like that. And I guess Arizona doesn't have any farmers. I guess it's just right? It's like nobody cares here, right? It doesn't make a difference.
That's right.
No, they've got farms down there.
Oh, and it messes with you like 2, 3, 4 days afterwards. It's everyone's all goofed up. So
3, 4, 5, 6 months is what it is for me before I'm finally like, okay, I'm good. I'm on schedule now. Let's go and change it again. So,
but here we go. Well, I'm glad you said something. I'm usually kind of on top of those things when meteorological. Can't say it. Seasons when they come already started in the meteorologist world. Spring has already started for them, although it hasn't been the quote official day of spring for the rest of us. So I'm always kind of following those dates along with time changes and things. So I'm usually well ahead in reminding the family. And I whiffed on this one. I had no idea it was coming. So thank you.
Well, I only knew it was coming because someone reminded me in chat right as we were signing off. I'm like, don't forget this weekend to change your clocks. I'm like, no. And then I pretended like I was smart and I knew when I told Mrs. R.A. I'm like, hey, Jen, this weekend, what's coming, right?
Just prepare.
So, yeah. Speaking of knowing what's coming, it's a new month. It's March. We made it all the way into the third month of the year. It's just flying through 2020. What is it? 7, 6? I forget where we're at anymore.
This is the first year I haven't mistakenly wrote down last year's date on anything. This year I've put 2026 on everything with no qualms. Just boop, boop, boop. I know it's 2026. Usually I mess it up every year for a good 2 months. This year, for some reason, I'm just like, is it 2026 or 27? Like you just mentioned.
I think the first time I ever have to write the year, the date, like officially write the date is on my tax return. Which I should probably do soon so I can figure out how much I owe or if I'm getting anything back. Usually it's the O is what happens. Speaking of what's coming up, though, I was going to say because it's March, we're going to give away some memberships.
I love it.
So everyone, if you've got your gifted setting turned on, that lets YouTube know you're eligible and at least willing to receive a gifted membership. One should come your way. So let's go ahead and send out 5 right here. There we go.
So kind of you, Recovery Addict.
I know, from the goodness of my heart on YouTube. Patricia Cisco, Puppies and Pizza, T-Ville 8, Nathank 9206, and Karma Justice. Let's see, we can do 5 more.
Congratulations. Those are a lot of new names.
Yeah. We've had a lot of new people join us for this trial, which was just awesome. So
they got sucked into the podcast.
Yeah. They might not even be here. They might have just been with us during the day, but hopefully they're here. Evangeline Light. Oh, no, you just said how kind. I thought you would, like, there's a name I recognize. Amber McVeigh, Linda Kay, JC Lee, Catherine Lawrence, and Karen Jetras. Congratulations, recipients. Welcome.
Fantastic.
You're one of us. And I think Tumwater Troy.
Yeah, in the middle of that. Tumwater Troy sent a gift out, and Bugman22 received that gift. So 11 gifted memberships just as the show gets started. I love it.
Yeah, and you can never say now that there's no benefit to watching the podcast.
or leaving the stream on after you portal and walking away to make dinner. Yeah. Whichever you choose.
Yep. Do drop a line in chat. Say hi if you're here. That would be great.
That would be. That's awesome.
Wow. What a week. I mean, the weather is changing. And I say that because today it was over 80 degrees in North Carolina. It was less than a month ago. We had 13 inches of snow on the ground. And now we have over 80 degrees. And it's just, even the bugs and the birds are confused. They're not sure if they're supposed to be, flying south or making nests. The bugs, unfortunately, look at my house for the nest location. And so we're still fighting those. But
I had a mosquito on my leg yesterday.
Oh, it's too soon.
We didn't get long enough winter of any of that to be gone for them to already be back. That terrifies me for what's to come. But for me, it's that time of year where I'm pretty fired up and really excited with the weather and what's going on. The Storm Prediction Center had posted outlooks for this weekend, which we're now, it's actually starting yesterday, all the way through, I think, Sunday. And they actually have a long range one going out to day 7 or 8, which is later next week. They've already put out an outlook for, which makes them very confident what's coming. So I'm excited. There's wind, rain, tornadoes, hail, all forecasted somewhere here in the next couple of days, starting tonight through the weekend, which I love. So
spring storms can be pretty powerful. I like them because they're beautiful. Sometimes when they move in, it's just like a wall of storm and lightning and everything. Growing up along the Wasatch Front in Utah, a spring storm was probably the prettiest storm you're ever going to see.
Yes.
It's amazing to watch them come in. And then it hits, and you're like, why wasn't I in the house?
Right. No, they're beautiful. The science behind them and how they operate and how they work, that's what intrigues me. And then the beauty that comes from the storm once everything kind of unfolds and take place. I love it. Obviously, the destruction to life and property and everything's terrible. I hate that aspect. If every tornado moving forward could hit an empty field, not a crop, but like an empty field, would be ideal.
I just want it to be away from trees so we can film it.
So we can see it, yeah.
Just no mountains in the way, no trees in the way, no buildings. Just let us get a good view.
Right.
But we'll all be happy. Yeah. I was once in I was fishing on a river, and the storm was coming. You can tell it's coming because the sky gets dark on that side. It's getting closer, and I'm thinking, I'm only 5 minutes from my car, right? So I've got time.
That's a long 5 minutes.
And the sun's sort of going down, or at least I think it is. And so I'm fishing, and it wasn't the sun going down. It's just the clouds were covering the sun. And then next thing I know, there's lightning. I'm in the middle of the river with a long, 11-foot fly rod, basically a lightning rod.
Oh no!
And that was crazy. Hail starts in the middle of nowhere. Good fun.
That's funny. What got me into learning more about weather was I was a weather nerd, and I told my 2 roommates there was bad weather in the area, including what appeared to be a tornado. And so I said, I'm going to go hunt this thing down. I didn't know how to properly read radar and all the 30 options that you can amongst it to look at what it's doing, where it's going, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing. I just left. Great idea. So I run down the highway in the direction I know where it is. And I go ahead and I pull off the interstate, and I'm on a little baby overpass that crosses the highway, so I could get an elevated view, but it's dark, right?
Yeah.
And then the lightning just lights up the sky, and it's right there. I had no idea it was that close. I have no idea what direction it's going. I don't know how big it is. It just all of a sudden, there it was right in front of me. So I took the overpass U-turn and floored it down the highway back to where I came from as fast as I could. And that's when I was like, okay, it's time to learn what these things do, how they get to where they're going, and blah, blah, and what to look at. So that's when I really transformed. Okay, you need to educate yourself in weather, not just love weather, or you'll get yourself killed.
At least know which direction it's heading.
So bingo. And I didn't. I was young and dumb and just thought it'd be so neat. So that was big oopsie, and I got very lucky by not getting myself in a giant pickle. That could have been very bad because it was a very good sized tornado. So, and I haven't been that close to one since, sadly. Now that I know, they don't.
I've never seen a tornado myself, like in person, but I have seen like the starts of one, right? When the sky is starting to spin up and rotate, and really get some amazing color and texture to it. But guess living in the mountains was my problem. All right, we've got a few stories to talk about today that are interesting. I was gonna start because we talked about food today at lunch. There was a witness on the stand. Basically, was reading the menu options off his restaurant and how they're made, and basically we're all drooling by the time he's done testifying.
Not sponsored.
Not a sponsor. It's a little family diner off the side of the road in the mountains of Utah. But on a more corporate note, some of you on social media who are more attuned to some of the trends know that there has been a war brewing, a burger war brewing in the Twitterverse and TikTok.
So funny.
It started with McDonald's, the CEO for McDonald's, because they have a new burger. They call it like the big arch or something like that. It's basically a double quarter pounder Big Mac with fried onions,
right? And white cheddar cheese,
white cheddar,
American cheese, yeah,
and mustard and ketchup and Big Mac sauce and pickles and a bunch of others. It's just they put everything on the burger, and so he comes out. Let me see if I can show you this. I can't. I just realized there's music behind it, so I can't play the music really well. But let me show you this really quickly. He comes out and he's in the top left-hand corner there and eats his little burger. And he's trying to describe how big it is. He's filming this himself. This is like, here I am doing my little selfie TikTok, the CEO of McDonald's. He's probably best at negotiating huge corporate deals, brand deals, TV airtime, things like that. He is not an influencer, and especially not a food reviewer. But he does his best to describe this burger, and then proceeds to say, I'm going to eat this for lunch and everything. I'm going to do a taste test. And he's like, yeah. And he takes the world's smallest nibble.
Yes.
And he calls it a big bite for a big burger. But like, if you look at the bun, it's not missing any.
It was bad.
It's still a full circle. I'm going to play some of it for you guys so you can see this. Hopefully I don't get a strike. Let's see. Let's go right back here. A quick play. So he's Wendy's, obviously, A&W, Burger King, they all do this, but he's got this tiny little bite. Wendy's answers and goes to town on this, and just the guy eats it. I don't know who this A&W guy is, but he just keeps using, please eat our burger product, which is just terrible. Wendy's dips their fries in a Frosty, and I think Wendy's won this exchange. But I'm going to eat this for my lunch. It's hilarious. If you haven't seen this,
my lunch.
Yeah. It's worth watching. It's worth getting an X account, a Twitter account, just to watch these CEOs battle. Wendy's throws a jab at McDonald's. He's like, oh, I want to get a Frosty. Is this machine working? Oh, of course, it always is. Says the McDonald's. So it's worth watching. The burger wars started. The next phase of this war is actually one that you can participate in, as long as you have just a smartphone. Just go to the Progressive Soup Drop CEO has a similar video. Just go to your favorite restaurant and film yourself pretending to be the CEO, and just post it. It's hilarious. Some of these reviews are just absolutely nuts. But CEOs are probably best at sticking to the boardroom.
Stay out of marketing.
Stay off TikTok because they're being eaten alive. Sorry, roasted alive for all these reviews. So I wanted to start with that because I thought it was.
I love it.
Somewhere there's a whole media department that's like, why? We're your brand. We're the people. We've gone to school for this. We know how to make this work. We know the image you want to portray. Instead of the CEO going on there and he's like, it's good. Only McDonald's could make this. This is unlike anything else we ever make. This is good. It's so bad.
And then puts it down and says, I am going to eat that for the rest of my lunch, by the way.
Yep.
And then walks
See
away
ya.
from
Bye.
It's no good. It's terrible. Oh man. But it's great for us in the entertainment. I will say Greener's perfect timing because I have an update on the soup drops.
Oh, please.
So I took the drops that right there up to my local pickleball shop the very next morning because I wanted them out of this house so bad.
They smell so bad. They're awful.
And the gentleman that runs the shop there, I gave it to him. And I said, hey, try one. And I said, I tried one. I told him about the podcast, told him how we try stuff. I didn't tell him it's the worst thing I've ever had, though. I said, I just want your take on it. Yes. So he went with the chicken noodle. And he said, wow, that's bad. Yeah. But he hung on to it for the rest of the next 20-ish minutes while we're hanging out, right? And I said, oh, wow, you're still. And he's like, yeah, but just whatever. I'm going to write it out. Hang it. It's not that bad. What? Okay. So then I said, here's what you got to do. The beef one is terrible.
Beef is so bad.
So I said, when Ashley, which is his boss, comes in, I said, here, and I shifted through it. And I said, here's the beef one. Keep this to the side. Get her to try this one because it's terrible and it'll be great. And he's like, okay. And he had no luck. She knew better. Said no chance. Fast forward a day later. Yeah, the next day. That was tournament day. And he's, working the tournament, and it was one of the breaks between games, and we're sitting there, and he comes up and he says, hey, I've got a confession. And I'm thinking, oh, what got messed up with the tournament or something happened? And he said, and he goes, man, and he's got one in his mouth. He goes, the tomato basil are unbelievably good. He goes, I think they're onto something. It's a salty / kind of sweet, savory candy. This is right up my alley. I love it. He goes, this is the last one. I went through the whole can and this is the last one. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He loved them, the tomato basil.
I can send him mine.
He'd love it. I told him, I said, well, they were discontinued. We paid a premium for them, but Walmart brought them back.
The moment they were a new product. Yeah. Stopped making them immediately.
But they brought them back, and you can get the things for like $2 at certain Walmarts. So just go online and get it. And he goes, I'm telling you, they're onto something. If I can find a way to tweak it and make it, this is a candy, I think that would just boom. He was dead serious. Couldn't believe it.
I'm floored.
Same.
I think it's early April Fools or something. There's no way. I didn't think we'd ever find anyone who would like that.
He was so genuine. I need to ask if he tried the pot roast one or whatever that is. Maybe he'll change his mind on all of it and throw them all away. But no, he plowed right through all the tomato basil candies. Just said they were the bee's knees.
I'm like trying not to imagine what it tasted like last week. Like I don't want to go back there mentally to that headspace because it's not a good spot.
Worst food trial we've had on the show. For me, that was so rotten. I'm glad we're taking the week off of trying anything.
Has he recently had COVID? I mean, has he lost taste buds in his mouth or something?
Maybe he was fighting a cold. I don't know. I need to kind of rewind and assess the situation. But no, he liked them. So I don't know. It was bad. RA and I were actually talking after last week's show. We're like, okay, we're done with this nonsense taste testing. We're getting like filet mignon, sushi, everything next. We're just going to sit
world's finest jerky, things like this. We're stepping up our game. We're going to have to step up the budget as well because it's going to be good food. We're going to try the good stuff,
and we're going to enjoy it for one episode and not suffer. And so here we are with nothing. I'm sure he's got a bottle of water and I've got one, and that's it.
I went to the store this morning. Actually, went to the store this morning because we had a late start because we were out of milk. We had finished the 8 gallons we bought for this week, and we needed 3 more to get through till tomorrow. And so I went to the store to get cereal. And while I was there, I was like, let me look around for a new product because, podcasts coming up. And I couldn't find anything that was new. And I went down the beverage aisle. Have we tried the spicy Chipotle V8s? Have we tried that one?
I haven't.
We tried V8.
I've done the spicy hot V8s. I haven't seen the spicy Chipotle V8s.
Okay, there's a spicy Chipotle out, and maybe I'll go get that before it's sold out.
Okay,
but it's a limited edition, so maybe we'll do a juice. I like
great.
V8s. It's
$45 on eBay by the time I get around to it. Yet
maybe I'll send you one. All right,
breaking the bank. You know what you just said reminds me of how much this segment on the show has changed my life. Because every time I'm at the store, I peek at we don't eat Pringles in this house, right? I stop by the Pringles aisle. I'm like, do they have a new flavor out? Do they have it? Nope. And in this aisle, it's all the stuff we don't keep in our house and don't eat. I go and look for to see, is there any new release of something that to try out on the show? Every time I go to the store,
I was so close to buying a healthy option for a new taste test today. I was in the ice cream aisle, and I found they have sliced bananas, Reese's sliced bananas that are like dipped in chocolate and peanut butter. I'm like, at least it's a fruit, right? So it's like frozen sliced bananas dipped in chocolate. It would be a little healthier than some of the stuff we've been eating, but I decided not to, because I would probably eat them all before, or they would melt before I got a chance to eat them.
True.
Then it would be gooey.
And I couldn't do it with you because bananas are a big no-no for me.
I saw the fried plantain things. Like, yes. They look like huge. It's in the foreign food aisle. We have a foreign food aisle, which I'm not sure why we have that. It's just food from, but it's down there. So I'm always hesitant to buy because it doesn't have any of the labeling that other foods do. It's just better. It's like in a Ziploc bag on the shelf with a price on it.
I've never done the prepared plantains. All I've done is gotten the raw ones and then made the Puerto Rican dish mofongo from them. I don't know if I could trust the stuff that's already prepared, but yeah, plantains are amazing. You got to make mofongo with shrimp. Plantain de mofongo is what it's called. It's awesome.
Is it Spanish food? Is it Filipino?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Mm-hmm. Is that like pho, or is that Vietnamese?
That's Vietnamese.
It's all in the same aisle, so I'm not sure which is which. Like, okay, if they had an aisle that was just like Mexican food, I'd expect you're gonna get some spicy in this, but it's just all. I mean, the pho was right next to the plantains, so I just wasn't sure.
Got it. Okay, it's a hodgepodge mixture of whatnot.
Speaking of distant places around the world, New York. New York is distant. I've actually never been there. Wait. I think I've been to an airport. I think I've been to one of the airports, but I'd never left the airport property. So technically, I don't think that counts as being to the state, right?
You set foot on ground.
What is it? Is it LaGuardia? What airport is it up there? Yeah, I think I've been to that one. But the first story as we're halfway through the podcast for the rundown today, we get sidetracked a little bit. Actually has to do with the license plate, which I thought was hilarious. A license plate that somebody had that basically got the veto. When you're licensed, you get a license plate and they make it for you, and then they find out, it says what? Because like nobody reads it or understands what it means. You've all been behind that car. It's like, what is that license plate supposed to be telling me? What's it saying?
The old custom plates.
I'll give it to you phonetically. Papa Bravo 4 Whiskey Echo Golf Oscar. Papa Bravo 4 Whiskey Echo Golf Oscar. And
PB, the number 4 WEGO.
Yes. It actually stands for P before we go, which is
which every dad has said 1,000,000 times.
Every parent who has a child has said this before you get in the car. Pay before we go. Everyone run to the bathroom. So somebody vetoed it, and the Governor Kathy, what was her name? Kathy Hochul, stepped in and pardoned the man's license plates so he could keep it because it didn't fit any of the requirements for being pulled. It wasn't actually, offensive, because it has to be, it has to be derogatory, contemptuous, degrading, and disrespectful. And he's like, every parent says this. This is just an instruction. It's like a life skill. Um, and,
100%.
and so P before you go may be seen traveling around New York. And you too can remember to tell to tell your kids to hit the head before you get in the car and go on a trip. So
That's right. I love it. What do they call them? Not glamour tags. It's one a bit. Oh, the personalized plates that people.
vanity plates.
Vanity plates. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. We have them here at every state does. I have one, but mine, I just changed the color. Ours come customarily all white background with black lettering. I did the reversal, all black background with white lettering, just because it matches my vehicle. My wife, this is actually a true story. This is how she's got serious game. Okay.
All right.
This is dating way back to our early years of dating. And we had dated long enough to where she knew I was a big car guy, and she's a bit of a car gal. And so anyway, she gets rid of one of her cars and gets a new one. And in doing so, she gets custom tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the state of Texas is huge. And there's probably a lot of people named Amanda in the state of Texas. She literally got Amanda on her license plate.
Wow.
It was approved. She got it. She's the one. So this is where I say she's got game, because it was early in the dating stages when I was not as mature in areas and a confused individual. So we were actually in a little bit of a break at the time.
Okay.
So she snaps a picture of her new tag on her car and sends it to me, knowing how cool I think that is, that she got that and it's on her car. And it worked. They came running, begging back, please, you're the coolest thing in town, look, Kenny. And then we got married not long after that. But anyways, she played it up. She knew it, but I couldn't believe she got it. Out of all the people in the state, and there's got to be a million Amandas, and it happened to be available when she types it in. Is this available? And yes, it is. What? Dink, sold.
Take it. Yeah. Never let it go. I know in Dubai, the plates that are really valuable are the low numbers. So if you can get a plate that says 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 on it, they actually sell for the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of dollars if you can, because you can trade plates there. It's the weirdest thing. They're
right.
So like the license plate could be worth more than the Bugatti it's sitting on. if you got a really good number. But that's epic. I've honestly, I've never had a personalized plate. I almost did with my ham radio call sign. But I mean, it's like, I remember it. I know my call sign. And so I never did that. But I almost did one also in North Carolina when the Aurora Fossil Museum, which is where you go and get shark teeth, fossilized shark teeth, which is not far from me, was campaigning to get plates. And it was like a GoFundMe for a license plate, a custom license plate. And if enough people signed up, then they would make it and it would be available. But you had to like pay every year. It's like you rent the plate. So it's an extra $60 every year for you commit to the cause. Basically, you can't just sign up once and get to claim it for the rest of your time. Correct. So I'm like, I don't know. I probably want something else. But North Carolina has like 200 different plate options. It's like everybody who has a club or a sport or some sort of claim to fame has a customized plate in North Carolina. So you can go for a drive and just see like so many different plates, all from the same state.
Just on the way to the store. Oh, wow. Everyone's different. I love it. People in chat, great comment. They're saying, put your government name right there on a plate, and everyone's cursing her by name, and everyone knows what her name is. I told her the same thing. I said, now use your blinkers. You better be proper and whatnot. But I will say the car is a 2023 year model, and it has like 6,000 miles on it total at this point. So it doesn't.
Not many people have seen it.
It doesn't get out too much. No. So
we're not going to see it in the drive-thru anytime soon.
Correct. But yeah, crazy.
That's awesome. Speaking of seeing a lot of plates, one place you can do that is at a Buc-ee's. Do you want to take this one?
I love this one, and I hate it at the same time. I love Buc-ee's. We've talked about it on the show many of times. I actually learned, a friend of mine, she absolutely hates and refuses to go to a Buc-ee's. And she says because there's too many people, too many entrants and exits. She had the biggest fear of her kids getting snatched and they wouldn't know where they went, which I went, that's nothing I've thought of going into a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
I was there last week. I bought a pound of ghost pepper jerky, which I was so excited for. And I thought it was completely out of reach, tucked on the counter over by some jars, to which me, my wife, her daughter, and her friend take a day trip to go to a museum. I come home to see the empty bag of 1 pound jerky laying on the floor. One of our dogs had gotten up. I think the cat knocked it off. The dog got it and just ate a pound of ghost pepper jerky.
Pepper?
Ghost pepper.
The poor thing.
I thought at what point in time, because he obviously got sick, there was evidence all over the house.
Yeah.
And I thought, at what point in time did he not say, man, my ears are on fire or something? Went through the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. I don't know. We're so lucky because we have 5 and we've got some older ones and some health complicated others. And I thought, goodness gracious, this could have ended way worse than it did. He's okay. We're going to the vet early next week because I believe
for stomach ulcers. that's
if you've ever heard kennel cough. Oh. Have you ever heard a dog with kennel cough? They cough, right? And it's like almost like a dry heave type cough that goes on, right? I know he doesn't have kennel cough because you get that from boarding and being around others. Ours are indoor dogs. There's no one around, but he has this small faint hint of it. So I think he burned something in his esophagus to where it's triggering it. So we're going to the vet, but we got home and he was totally fine. He was behaving normal. He was happy, tail wagging. He ate dinner. I mean, I was like, well, I know why you're hungry because the rest of your food's everywhere else in the house. Thanks a lot. So we monitored him for that night before we went to bed for a while, and he was good. But no, there's some lingering issues with that going on. But anyways, he ate my jerky. It's 2 hours away to get to the nearest Buc-ee's, and I was looking so forward to the ghost pepper jerky. I was so sad. I had one little piece before I ate it all. Anyways, they're doing something that I'm not a fan of. They have filed suit because their logo, it's Buc-ee the Beaver, right? And it's a cartoonish type. And there's been other gas stations and other places that have taken a liking to, hey, a little cartoonish animal is a big hit. Yeah. People really like it. And for marketing reasons, it works. But they said a gas station in Ohio, and I forget the name of it, because it's just, this is ridiculous to me. They're claiming their logo is much too close and representative of what they do, which I have the picture and I'll put it in a moment. But it's a gas station in Ohio. It's a moose. So let me see if I can, let's see, share an image file. Here we go.
Want me to hide? What?
Buc-ee's filed suit claiming this moose of another gas station looks way too close and it can be confusing to what they're doing.
It doesn't even have any teeth.
Because it's facing the same way and it's smiling is what they're saying, but it's not even.
The red is the same color nearly.
Yeah, it's not in a circle. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible suit. I'm disappointed in Buc-ee's for this one.
Did their lawyers just have nothing to do?
Apparently.
Is it just, we rule the world. No one is our enemy. Let's go pick a fight with the smallest gas station we can find in Ohio.
So it's Buc-ee's asking the court to permanently block Mickey's from using the disputed logos, destroying all related materials, and award treble damages and attorney's fees. We will have to wait and see which animal comes out on top.
And Mickey's isn't spelled with 2 E's and apostrophe S at the end, is it?
No. M-I-C-K-E-Y apostrophe.
M-O-U-S-E. Yes. Yeah. The regular way.
Yes. But yeah, I love Buc-ee's. I'm a huge fan. The store's incredible. Every time I go, it's packed, and I'm sure they just make gazillions every year, and part of it from me. But this really disappointed me. There's no confusing these two.
This needs a judge somewhere to just throw it out, dismiss with prejudice.
I bet they do.
My goal in life is to go to a Buc-ee's. Stacy,
great.
They're slowly expanding. If you're in New York, you've got a little ways. They're not there yet. I'm not sure they'll ever make it to New York, quite honestly. It's just, I'm not sure if their business model fits in the New York ecosystem.
Probably not.
But it's well worth the trip. I enjoy going. We do try to stop by every time we pass one. And,
it's fun.
I'm looking for more reasons to pass one. So.
I mean, they have everything under the sun that you could need. I literally, for the longest time, I wanted a new apron in the kitchen since I've been started making the pizzas more, so you get the flour all over the place.
Yeah.
When we were in there, I was walking around, and there was a most perfect apron with a big with a big Buc-ee on there, and it's great material. It's heavy. It's nice. You can literally get anything you would think you could need in this gas station. I mean, it's like a Walmart.
It could replace your Walmart. That's what I was saying. You can get your food there. You can
Yes,
get desserts there. You can get your jerky, your snacks, obviously, anything you need for game night. For watching the big game, you name it.
indeed. And cleanest bathrooms on the road.
Gifts. Birthday's coming up. You can stop in there, grab a gift for somebody. They've got something for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
My wife got the little decor towels that you would hang on your oven handle and like by the kitchen sink. They had a whole bunch of Valentine's Day themed ones out there that weren't Buc-ee's branded. They were just generic Valentine's Day kitchen towel. She snagged up a whole ton of those while we were in there. Oh no, I'm afraid to know what that would end up looking like.
Set it to the burner phone. I approve. We'll make this happen, and then we'll make Thomas wear it. So, yeah.
Oh, this show is just punishment.
It is. Well, speaking of good stuff, Pepsi. You guys all know Pepsi is one of the big brands of colas. The big cola wars. Remember the Max Headroom days, the Pepsi, Coke, cola wars.
Mm-hmm.
I still believe that somewhere there's one person who owns all the stock who's laughing.
Totally.
This is the left hand to the right hand collecting money, and the man in the middle laughing. But Pepsi, being called Pepsi has a story, has a name. This one appealed to me because Pepsi was founded here in North Carolina. It's a little place down called New Bern. It was actually an area where the Civil War was fought as well. So it's got some history down there. But you can go down to New Bern and basically walk around, and anything you want Pepsi related is available, as far as old signs, you name it, all the way through the new stuff.
Super cool.
But it wasn't always called Pepsi. And so the article goes to explain that this started out with a much less memorable name.
It's hilarious too. Not very creative.
Yeah. This is a gentleman by the name of, let's see, let me go back to get this right. I'm on the wrong mouse. There we go. His name is Brad Bradham. Brad Bradham. Oh, no.
No, Caleb.
Caleb Davis Bradham. Sorry, I got this right. Caleb Davis Bradham decided to name it after himself when he started the original recipe, and so he called it Brad's Drink, which
creative,
which is not yours. That's Brad's Drink. He wants to drink Brad's Drink. It had very little market appeal under that name. And then they did rebrand and call it Pepsi. But why would you call it Pepsi? Because it sure wasn't Brad's name.
Mm-hmm.
The Pepsi came from the medical term dyspepsia, which is a condition involving recurring indigestion, which Brad thought would be helped by Brad's Drink. Brad's Drink helps prevent indigestion. And we've been drinking soda with our nasty McDonald's burgers ever since. That's right. And it has helped with indigestion. So have a Pepsi was originally basically medicine for indigestion. And now it's a major Super Bowl commercial sponsor person.
Yeah. Stuff like that's interesting to me. There's been so many inventions or things named by accident that happens that have stuck. We have no idea, right? We go, well, it's genius. And you go, well, it was actually an accident, but here it is now today. It seems more often than not with, hot ticket items that are used often.
Do you know where the other sodas were born? I heard Mountain Dew was born in Tennessee. That's
Dr. Pepper is in Texas, I believe, because one of the owners lives here.
Yeah. It's funny. If you chase the drink back to the original recipe, at one point, nearly all of them had illicit drugs in the mix, right?
Correct.
They had a little bit of Coke in Coke, and all that. So there was one point where I think, quite honestly, it really probably helped the popularity quite a bit because it was addictive.
Gotta stay awake somehow.
Yeah. But now it's just barely legal. Just the caffeine is all. It didn't initially have caffeine, at least on the Pepsi side.
This is true.
There was a time when sodas started adding caffeine. 7-Up at the time refused to participate, and they actually went as far as to change their slogan to say, "No caffeine, never had it, never will."
Yeah,
and the bottle would say that. I've got one of those bottles somewhere in my mom's house that says that on it.
Let's see. Dr. Pepper was born in Texas. Specifically, it was created in 1885 by a pharmacist, Charles Alderton, at Morrison's Old Corner Drugstore in Waco, Texas. It is recognized as the oldest major soft drink brand in the United States.
So, pharmacist, this was also medicine.
Another drug-induced soft drink. Yes. There we go.
Pharmacists back in the day were handing out cocaine. So, make of that what you will. But
Greeners has a brilliant idea.
Calling the Corey's drink. Too soon, Greeners. Too soon on that one. Coke gave you pep. Oh man.
Oh, there's too many. There's so many.
Fun things about brands that you never knew.
Speaking of brands, I'm gonna skip ahead in our rundown here. This is a segment that I actually overheard and I really liked because it's not going to copy it. The idea and the premise is copying, but the items will be less than.
Okay.
And it falls under 5 things that you felt so good about purchasing that you regretted shortly after. Had no use, or it was awful, or whatever. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be.
It could be like an e-bike. It
could be an e-bike, and it could be a McDonald's burger. I mean, it could be anything that you were. The show that I was listening to that were on it, it was more. They kind of honed in on homeowners' items and things. People were like a Texas-shaped waffle maker. I thought would be so neat, and I used it once and haven't used it. It was stuff like that they were going after.
The Valentine's Day vacuum was one for me that had.
What is that?
It's buying your significant other a vacuum for Valentine's Day. Instant regret on my part.
That's not the bad product. That's just poor timing of delivery of said product. That's what that is. It could be a very, like, if it's a Dyson, those are great vacuums. It's just you buying a Valentine's and delivery today.
It was like a shark or something, but we needed it. And I thought, why not combine need with want? And, I'll splurge and get the portable one.
On the day that's about her, she gets a vacuum.
I have to say this is probably really specific to my family, but we've regretted buying every single grill we've ever purchased.
Really?
Yes.
Has it always been a grill or ever a griddle? Have you ever?
No, like we're talking outdoor barbecue grill.
Yeah.
Always regretted. And not because I don't like it. I actually love to cook outside. I'm not the best at it, but my family loves the food I cook. My reason is because every time we buy a new barbecue grill, we're usually the type that goes to like Home Depot or Lowe's and gets one there. Just one of it's pre-built. You just wheel it out and try to figure out a way to stick it in the back of the car. Every time we buy one, something major happens bad in our life.
Really?
Like lose the job, COVID, World War III type thing. This happens every time we buy a grill. So I have right now a very old grill that it's so old and the humidity is so high that the grill just rusts. Constantly have to scrape it off, and the grill part is no longer big enough to stay up on the platform it's on. It just falls down into the flames. I can't replace it. I can't afford for another major world event to go and just sock us right in the jaw. So I regretted every grill, and I just can't cook outside anure.
That's a valid reason. Okay. If you do one day decide to replace said grill, please give me a heads up so I can funnel some money around in stocks and areas beforehand.
Yes. Sell
Not
sell
inside
everything
trading.
before I make the purchase. Now, if I do, you might as well go big. I think it would be a Blackstone. I think I'd go with a Blackstone grill.
Oh, those are awesome. I got a Blackstone griddle, outdoor griddle. Loved it. It was phenomenal. Shame on me. I didn't treat it and clean it and care for it as I should have. So it ended up getting way too rusty, that beyond repair for the effort I was going to put in. And then everyone else from there knows, since I went on to the smoker, that now it's just, I love that thing. It's parked right next to my motorcycles in the garage. That's where that guy gets treated and
You wash the motorcycle, you wash the car, you wash the grill.
100%. It gets cleaned just as much as the rest.
Well, tell me some of the things that that you would regret, or things that you should not purchase because you'll regret it.
So I have about a meat grinder, because making your own burger patties to put on the smoker is supposedly the best ever. And it turns out the local butcher down the road, who has some patties fresh daily that he puts out and does variations of them, are much better than any homemade patty I could have ever made.
And
after trying it,
a lot easier too.
And the cleanup is miserable on that stupid thing. So it got used twice, and it's sitting on top of the outdoor freezer. To boot with that is shredding your own cheese, right? You've got the handheld that you can do and whatnot, because the prepackaged shredded cheese, it's got a coating on it that keeps it from sticking in the bag. It makes it not a very good melting cheese. And so I thought, cool, I'll buy the blocks and shred my own. And I did twice. It sits right next to the meat grinder. And the worst part about that was, I came home and my wife says, we have one of those in the cupboard, right?
Oh, no.
I already unboxed it. The box is in the trash. I will say, I do agree, grating your own cheese, it's 10 times better. I'm too lazy to go through the cleaning process and mess with it. And I can't,
we have a handheld grater, like it looks like a spatula type with a flat, one size. That's all you get. I'm always scared because my kids grating the block of cheese, they're like, you're almost getting knuckle in it, right? You're always just like inches away from death. And so we're like, no, use the powered one that sounds like a jet engine, and you just stick it at the top, and I think it's like a salad shooter, what it's made for, but like, and it just spits the cheese out the side. We told them to do that, and when we grate cheese, they like, if we don't stop them, they will grate every piece of cheese we have in the house. Just like all of it is just like, you now have 3 pounds of grated cheese. I hope you needed that much. But okay, so sorry, go on. I interrupted you. Anything else?
Those are the two major things that stick out to me now. There are others. I know it, that they sound really good at the time, and then they don't get used, and it was a waste of money because there's no time to past returning it and this and that. I'm trying to think. Of course, I had all these at the top of my head yesterday as I'm thinking about the segment, and then they go away.
See, I'm afraid that something I buy, if I don't use it, my wife's going to be like, I told you, shouldn't have bought that. You're never going to use it. And so when it comes to equipment, that's why I've got this over-engineered studio. When it comes to equipment, if I bought it, I figure out a way to get the equipment wired in. Okay, so it's now integrated into the system. So it's like, I use that every day. That's everything I do goes through that box. Don't know, it doesn't do. I'm not using it for anything, but it's right. Connected. So there's no regret. So
no regrets.
80 some odd cables.
80?
Yes.
I'll take the under on that. I'll take the over on that, rather.
Yeah. The 80 that I use. I've got a lot more.
There we go. That you use. I like it. Golly, I've got stuff in the garage that I know it's just sitting there. I will say this, actually. I had a thought yesterday, and it was about my motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really only ride a couple times a month, early Sunday mornings, to try to be safe. And then there's times when it's perfect time to go ride, and I'm like, oh, I just don't want to mess with it. And so literally it was yesterday, I was looking at it sitting there on its stands going, should I have bought that thing? Should I sell it? Should I? And I know. I just got it last year. So that's kind of a big one.
Yeah, that's huge.
So I'll
Some would
keep
say
it.
that's progress. Yeah, I don't think admitting it's the first step, right?
Yes.
No, one thing I don't think I will ever buy because I know I'll regret it is a boat.
100%.
A boat for me, the labor involved in maintaining a boat does not make it worth it. And I love boating. I
And
love
the
going on the
cost.
boats. I love being on the water. I love the being able to get around the lake and fishing and everything. But the boat is a hole in the water you throw money into, and
Nonstop.
I would much rather pay to rent a boat for a day or a weekend,
Mhm.
and that's just return it on the trailer and be able to walk away and not have to worry about plugs and drains and pumps and everything else.
Yes.
For the once or twice a year, I might use it. So,
There's 3 things with boats.
mm,
One is the best day of your life is when you buy the boat.
mm.
The second best day in your life is when you sell the boat. And third is just find someone like Red Pen, find a friend that owns a boat.
Yeah,
That's what the 3 things with
what I
boats are.
I've got a buddy who has a boat. It's in his driveway, and he keeps it like all the fishing gear, like the poles and everything, are just like locked in this rack there. I'm like, I've got to hit him up and just be like, hey, when are you taking it out? Do you like it? If you ask enough questions, maybe they might actually be like, yeah, do you want to come? Sure. Funny
Hop
you'd ask.
on.
I didn't think you would see. Yeah. So I've got to go fishing for a boat invitation to. Maybe that'll change my mind.
No.
No, just
Nope.
just
Just take
fish,
the invitation,
pay,
write it out, wait till
pay
the
for
next
gas
invite
money, call
comes.
it good.
That's exactly right. You pay for their lunch that day, buy the case of water if you're going to be out for a while, offer to fill up the tank. Oh man, you might spend a couple hundred that day, but when that day's over, you're not paying a penny more.
Yeah, I might try to do that.
I will never own a boat for the same reasons. And my best friend owns a bass boat.
You
And
also live in the middle of desert. I mean, so there's a couple
no,
reasons.
we're surrounded by lakes everywhere, good fishing lakes. It's
um,
phenomenal.
yeah.
I will never buy. I can't because we did. Never mind.
Oh, you bought
Can
it.
we back up?
Yeah, back up.
I forgot we got one, so I can't say I'll never buy. Oh no! I was gonna say convertible.
I'll tell you one. I'll never buy a brand new car. Maybe it's just I have a higher risk tolerance than most people, but I love the idea of maybe getting a good deal and maybe not. Just that it's the surprise factor. Because if you buy a new car and something breaks, you're disappointed no matter what, right? If
Yeah.
something's not working, it's just like, oh man, brand new. It's not, why is this button not lighting up the way it's supposed to? Why is it not clicking right?
Yeah.
If you buy a used car and you discover something like, you're like, hey, undocumented feature, this window doesn't work. It's just, I can't bring myself to do it, mostly because my aversion to debt is so high. That I would rather have the peace of mind that I don't owe on my car this month and have to make a car payment than have the peace of mind that comes from knowing my car's going to get me to where I want to go next weekend.
100%.
So
Yes.
it's a trade-off. I'll take the latter.
It is. It's a gamble.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm right there with you. I have never in my life owned a brand new vehicle ever. I just bought a car a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it was my dream car, and it's a 2018 model.
Nice.
And it's my dream car. The first vehicle, anything of transport that I've ever bought that was brand new was said motorcycle that I was just talking about, that I was debating. Should I sell it? Should I? I don't know. To me, motorcycle is a little different because, especially that version of motorcycle, you don't know who's beating the crap out of them while they're riding them, and then you get something and you don't know until you tear it apart and look at the internals and whatnot. So that, to me, I was satisfied with, because I went, okay, and there's warranty. Odds are it's going to be just fine compared to the used one that the guy down the street's been doing stunts on for 2 years and has dropped it 50 times and just changed the cosmetics to make it look pretty, right? But cars, I'm on board. I don't know if I'll ever get a brand new vehicle.
I'm probably also never going to buy a brand new house, but for different reasons. That's more of a budgetary issue.
That one's different. Yes.
Twubble says, I dated a guy who took me to his wood-holed sailboat. He said, Sally, I'd like you to meet my wife. So, guess he had his priorities, at least in order according to him.
Indeed.
That's funny. Yeah.
The other thing I won't buy is fancy clothing. I say that I have a nice suit for a special occasion, and then I have a couple decent golf polo shirts for the golf course or what have you. A good chunk of my golf shirts are from Walmart, this being one of them. All of my t-shirts and the shorts and everything else I wear, they are not just from Walmart, but they are Walmart brand. George, that's their Walmart clothing brand. Those are the clothes I buy. I will not go buy an Armani t-shirt for $105. I can't. I refuse.
I'm cheap like that as well, but I won't buy them at Walmart. I go to Sam's Club instead. Basically the same thing.
You one-upped me.
I wait till they're on sale, on special, like closeout special at Sam's Club, and you get whatever colors are left if it's in your size. So
I thought I was doing so well. Literally, there's a store here. I don't know how many locations there are, but it's called the Buc-ee, and it's got a plethora of types of clothing. A lot of Western wear, but then it's got modern.
Is it plethora or plethora?
I mix it up depending who's in chat because I get yelled at depending on which version.
Red Pen will correct you.
Of course you will.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, go on.
I have duct tape over chat on my computer screen, so I can't see. But I bought a black Oakley shirt. The design was kind of cool.
Nice.
And there she is. It's perfect. They have a plethora of stuff. Take that, Red. I felt guilty when I saw the price tag, and like it's a t-shirt. Yeah. It probably came from a similar factory that the blank t-shirt for $5 that I'm wearing is. It just got a logo thrown on it. It's exactly what it is, and I haven't worn it once to this day.
That's terrible. I have a fair amount of clothes in my closet that I also have not worn, and I always feel bad about buying clothes and not wearing them. Mostly because when I finally get around to doing it, then they don't fit. It's too late to take them back. They sat there forever, and it's like they're never going to believe that I never wore this. You know, I've got the receipt from 2 years ago. It's still brand new, got the tags on it, but you just can't return it at that point. So,
100%. But that's on. So those are the things you buy and you regret. I don't know.
Maybe we'll try another taste test thing we can add to that list next week.
I don't know.
If you've got your suggestions for what you'd like Thomas to try next week on the podcast, do send them to the burner phone. See if we can make it happen.
Send them to the burner or post them on the Recovery Addict Facebook page. I do see that daily, and if there's something there, I'll take a look. I'll take a note, and if it happens to be in one of my local stores, it won't kill me, I'll pick it up and give it a try.
As long as it's not soup drops. Those were so bad.
Those were bad. Unless you're the guy who works in our pickleball shop and he loves tomato basil.
Yeah, give me his name and address. I'll give him my leftover tomato basils.
Christmas will be easy this year, I promise you.
It's awesome. Thomas, thank you once again. Wonderful podcast, wonderful time. Thank you, my friend, for putting this together, and always great to hang out with you. Appreciate it.
It's fun. Thursday nights are the best. So real quick, forgot to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see if I can do a quick we're going to miss our post. This is on me.
You're good.
Those of you that happen to be in areas surrounded by this map.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I can enlarge it a little bit. This is the National Weather Service storm prediction outlook for tomorrow. Severe weather. So if you see yourself anywhere in, around, surrounding these cold areas, heed any advice from local meteorologists in your areas tomorrow. Ryan Hawley on YouTube is a great resource to watch, but if you need things a little bit more specific to you, tune into your local meteorologist, see what's going on. Tomorrow's threats include wind damage, large hail, and tornadoes are expected. Storm season is kicked off. It's already starting tonight. but tomorrow's supposed to be the quote big dance to start the season. So be weather aware. Check out for everything for tomorrow afternoon. I'll be watching it. I won't have anything on my YouTube page because it's not useful compared to everyone else that's out there. And if you're not there, you have friends or family, make sure that they know and they're keeping track of the weather. I have been shocked when I got into weather how many people don't pay attention, don't know, or don't even hear about it when you assume they would. So just wanted to
catch you off guard
that.
for sure. That's awesome.
So
please be safe. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We'll be back on the channel tomorrow for a little wrap up and maybe some recapping of the Quarry Richlands Trail. Thomas, have a great weekend. We'll see you, my friend.
You too, Scott. Enjoyed it.
Bye.